Exactly. Exactly. You know what? You're absolutely right. She's south. She's way south, so she just goes to Arizona.
She'd have to go an extra 15 minutes, 20 minutes. Your hair is getting very long.
I know, I have to get it cut. Yeah, I do. It's just harder to.
So just don't like me. I've given up.
It would be total frizz if I didn't.
Oh, how are you feeling?
I heard somebody who said that after they had the second hip done.
Well, how you been doing?
That was a joke. I went good second hip
I heard
doesn't
somebody
mean.
say they have 3 kids, one of each.
Okay, that's not a joke, though. The other one.
My dad says, they really said this takes 6 months to heal, and I go, no kidding.
Aw,
Thank
aw.
God.
How's he doing, though? Okay.
Yeah, he's done with the walker, which is thank
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's hard.
That's not a good look.
for him especially. If I'm
Yeah.
talking over there, I don't like that.
No, I didn't like it either. I lost that walker in a week and a half. I'm like, done.
Surviving. Let me see. Yeah, Flo, it's number 4. Is postponed. Yes, I know. I try to get out early, too.
We have one postponement.
Yeah, one postponement, number 4.
was a postponement. We're ready?
All ready.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals. I would like to brief you on some of our rules and procedures used during our hearings. When a hearing number is called, the applicant or representative will come to the podium, and if they are not an attorney, they will be sworn in by our executive secretary. They will then present their case. The board members may or may not ask questions of the applicant. Prior to tonight's hearing, board members have visited most or all of the properties that are on tonight's calendar. At the conclusion of the applicant's presentation, we will ask if there are any interested parties who would like to speak either for or against the application. We will then allow the applicant to give some brief rebuttal remarks to address any concerns of the interested parties. At that point, the hearing will be closed. The stenographer can only take one person's testimony at a time, so we ask that you do not call out from the audience during testimony. We will give everyone an opportunity to be heard this evening. Sometimes proceedings do not end until 1 a.m. or later, but everyone will be heard. Lastly, at approximately 9 p.m., our stenographer will have been typing for about 2 hours, and we will take a 10-minute break. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do we have any postponements tonight?
We have one postponement, hearing number 4, Appeal 24-573, the Ari Group LLC at 107 Beverly Road, Massapequa.
Anybody in the audience here for that hearing tonight? Let the record reflect that no one appeared, and let's call the first hearing.
Hearing 1, Appeal 24-561, Christian Rivera at 14 Iroquois Street East, or Iroquois Street East in Massapequa.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Andrew Braum, B-R-A-U-M, 1924 Belmore Avenue, Belmore, New York, 11710.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Good evening, Ms. Chairperson, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Andrew Braum. I'm an engineer, and I'm representing Christian, Jessica Rivera, who are here in the audience tonight with their 1.5-year-old son,
Okay.
and soon to be, likely Wednesday, another baby. So they'd like to see this project happen. So we're here before you this evening for a proposed swimming pool and pergola that require variances. We're in the R110 zone, which essentially makes the pool be 10-foot setback. So the pool equipment itself also needs to be 10 feet. So as you can see from the proposed site plan, we did our best to give them some pool, with the backyard is very narrow in the way that this house was built. So the variances that we're seeking are a proposed pool not having the 10-foot setback in the rear, as well as a waterfall, which actually, when it's attached to the pool, is considered part of the pool, so it further makes the request seem high. The proposed pavilion not having the correct setback, and I mentioned the waterfall. In addition, the code requires that a fence be 5 feet from the pool, where we have it at 3 feet in the rear. And the pavilion, with the calculations, exceeds the building coverage 20.4%, when 20% is what's required. So it's a minimal variance of 0.4%. And computing the gross floor area, it winds up being 5,563, when 3,650 is what is required. So other than that, the pool meets and exceeds all of both Town of Oyster Bay and New York State codes for safety and such for a swimming pool. But we're here seeking the variance to allow them to have what we put on here, where it doesn't meet the requirements. The Riveras did take the time to talk to their neighbors, and if I may submit letters of support.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
And if you look on the radius map for the letters of support, I don't know if the board can see the little green circles here, or if I can approach and show it to you.
I'm really more interested in knowing the neighbor most impacted by the pool equipment.
So the neighbor most impacted by the pool equipment would be, just want to make sure I have the orientation correct, would be Corwin, which is immediately to the east. And we do have a letter of support from them,
Okay.
as well as the neighbor that would be affected on the rear, where the pool is encroaching on that rear neighbor. We have there all the neighbors that actually abut the subject property, 1, 2, 3, and the 2 other neighbors. Although this one is not directly affected by the variance, this would be the pool equipment, and this would be anything else to the south
Okay,
there.
thank you.
Does the board have any questions for me?
No, that was it. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision?
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 2, Appeal 24-569, Diane Plowman at 119 Fairview Road, Massapequa.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address?
Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Beth Page.
Thank you.
I'd like to pass up some photos and consent letters for the board.
Thank you.
Representing the Ploutmans of 119 Fairview Road, Massapequa. Ms. Ploutman seeking a variance to construct a one-story addition having less side, the average side front yard setback exceeding the building coverage and gross floor area. This property is on the corner of Fairview Road and Cedar Shore Drive. This proposed addition would be squaring off the back of the house and following the existing setbacks of the house and not further encroaching. The gross floor area is only increasing by 49 square feet. This house does not have a basement, and the additional space is much needed. The homeowners do have consent letters from the 2 abutting neighbors at 111 Fairview Road and 120 Lagoon Boulevard. As the photos show, the backyard is heavily shrubbed with evergreen-type shrubbery. This addition will not be out of character with this area of Massapequa. As the photos show, the property is in excellent condition and has always been well-maintained.
Yeah, we're looking at the house, and we see that it has 2 front doors, but zoning doesn't seem to pick up on that, and I don't know whether they should or not, because I know that is a breezeway, and it is something that you do see, but the town code doesn't allow 2 front doors. What say we, Nick? No, that's not his name. What's his name? Yeah.
And it's permitted or not permitted?
Can I say something?
No, you can come up and be sworn in. Are you the homeowner?
Yes.
Okay.
Aye.
Hi.
Raise your right hand, please. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
And your name and address, please.
Diane Plowman, 119 Fairview Road.
Thank you.
Okay, I've been in the house for 30 years, and it's always had the 2 doors. That other door is more of a kitchen. Door?
I know what it is. It looks beautiful, but there is something in the town code that prohibits 2 front doors.
I didn't know that. Has it always been that way?
Yes.
How did it get through the first time with the other owner?
I'm not saying it's not gonna get through this time. I'm bringing
No, I
it
just
up.
wonder, I just wonder what it, yeah.
I don't know, I don't know why zoning doesn't, because this came up at the last meeting that we had, and it was the same situation. It was breezeway with a door, and they always have a door, but a lot of times it's not in the front, it's on the side. So,
Okay. There's no other, honestly, I don't think there's any other, if they put it on the side, it would be in the garage.
Right.
It would be by the garage, right? So maybe it's a fire thing, you know, we should have another exit.
it is in the town code, so and like I said, it was brought to our attention at the last meeting, so I'm just looking at it
Okay,
again,
Nick.
and I don't want you to lose sleep over it, but,
All right, well, I just wanted to let you know. Yeah.
thank you, I
Okay.
appreciate it. Hmm?
Thanks.
I'll have it looked at.
Okay.
The house does have a CO. Zoning did look it over, and it didn't come up through the review, or we would address it,
Yeah.
and it would have been part of this variance.
Yeah,
We had the
So-
same thing on the application last week. It was a very, very similar layout, and it was a breezeway with a door, just as, you know.
And they had to, that's gonna have to be reheard.
This house has one kitchen, just to let you know. It's a one-family
yeah,
house.
no, we're
so
not,
that's
we're not concerned
in
about it.
dispute here.
Okay. Are you done with your presentation? Did I
Yes,
stop you?
yeah.
Okay. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Hearing number 3, Appeal 24-572, Christopher Jurassic.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address?
My name is Christopher Yersitz, 698 Parkside Boulevard. And in here, I have just additional information.
Thank you,
The
sir.
board wishes to have it. So I'm here to request a variance for a fence on my side yard of the property. From a, I guess, standard is 6 feet, we're requesting standard is 4 feet, we're requesting a 6-foot fence. And the reasons for doing so is just for allowing safety, privacy, and reasonable use of my property. With regards to safety and security, being a corner lot, my property is highly exposed to both pedestrian and vehicle traffic. A taller fence would create a safer environment for children's, pets, and family, preventing them from accidentally moving into the street. Also, corner properties are more susceptible to trespassing and unauthorized access, making additional security needed, so I would like a fence that's a little bit higher than 4 feet. With regards to privacy concerns, unlike interior lots, my home is to street-facing sides, leaving my yard highly visible for anybody that's passing by in the area. And a higher fence would add a little bit more privacy to the backyard. Regarding traffic and sightline compliance, I'm aware that part of the reasons for not having these big fences on the corners is so that there's no accidents or anything of that nature. So the fence, the way it would sit, is 67 feet back from the corner. And it's also 90 feet away from my neighbor on the back side of the property. So there's clear lines of sight for any traffic or intersection, so no issues with that. And then, I guess last but not least, is precedence in the neighborhood. There are a number of properties, I think this is a fairly common request. And it seems like that variances are usually granted for this, and it would be consistent with the neighborhood to prevent any unfair applications of the zoning laws. That's pretty much it. I'm open to any reasonable considerations and accommodations the board may see necessary. And I thank you guys for your time, and if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
No, a picture tells 1,000 words.
Okay.
Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next is hearing number 5, Appeal 06-516, Rosemary Honick at 541 North Atlanta Avenue, North Massapequa.
Hello?
Hello, could you just raise your right hand?
Sure.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
And your name and address, please.
Rosemary Honig, 541 North Atlanta Avenue, Massapequa, New York, 11758.
Thank you.
Can you move the microphone down a little bit?
Oh, sure.
Thank you so much.
Hi. I'm here tonight for a change in occupants. My older granddaughter, Amanda Cazalet, is no longer living with us. She's married and she has moved. My younger granddaughter has a driver's license now, and she's soon to be 18 years old, so she will be added to she has been added to the paperwork. And that's the request.
It's you and your granddaughter?
I'm sorry?
It's you and your granddaughter in the house?
No, there's more.
Any other adult occupants in the
Oh,
house?
yes, certainly, yes. Myself, my husband, my daughter, my son-in-law, my granddaughter, and my son.
Okay,
I have all the
All right.
IDs.
very good, thank you. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing number 6, Appeal 24-567, Jacqueline Dowdman at 28 Hicksville Road, Bethpage.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Salvatore Koshia, Permits Are Us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. I'm here on behalf of Mrs. Dowman, who resides at 28 Hicksville Road in Bethpage. Property is located in R17 zone. We propose to maintain a deck with a gross floor area of 3,985.54 square feet, where the permitted is 3,725.29, a minimal change of 260.25 square feet. We're also here for a detached garage that is 18 feet high, where the permitted is 12 feet, and it's 2 stories instead of 1. Garage has been there for 38 years. Building department issued a CO, a building permit in 1987, went through all the inspections. They got a CO that was issued. The garage, the 2-story garage that's 18 feet high, was built and constructed as per approved plans. Copies for you.
But then in '23, it was denied. So why did it come back?
So in '23, it was
CO.
denied because what happened was, Mr. Dowman, who filed that permit in '87, has passed away. In '23, it was filed for, Mr. Dowman hired somebody to come in and legalize the deck and the other issues on the property. He filed an application to maintain and legalize the garage without doing his homework or research. Put the application in, building department didn't find the records. I did, went to see Mr. Esposito upstairs, explained to him that we need to refile this application because it came down to you in error. The garage did have a CO, he agreed, which is why they allowed me to refile the application.
Because they
which is
found the CO.
Correct, which is now back in front of you because now they're saying that it shouldn't have been built 18 feet high, it should have only been 12, and it shouldn't be 2 stories, it should be 1. But clearly, according to the plans in 1987, it's a 2-story garage
With skylights.
with skylights, and it was approved, inspected, and signed off, and a CO was issued. And it's exactly the same structure and size as what you see there.
Is there any plumbing in that garage?
No. Storage, 2nd floor storage only.
Is there heat in the garage?
No.
Anybody have any questions?
No.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission
Do you want to
recommends.
be heard, sir? Yes. Are you the owner? Come
No.
on up. No?
No, the owner's with me, she's sitting back there.
Oh, come on up,
Did you want
sir.
to be heard on this one, sir? Yes.
Yes, here, number 6.
Hi, can I just ask you, can I swear you in, sir? Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings? Do you promise to tell the truth during these proceedings? Yes. Your name and address, please.
Yeah, my name is Jeet Singh, 41 Stewart Avenue, Bethpage, New York, 11714.
Can you spell your last name, please?
Singh, Singh.
Thank you. Go ahead, sir.
Yes, actually, I thought to the solar panel for my house, but when I bought the house, is same construction. I do not do anything in the construction, so I don't know they said is a double deck on the garage. So
Can I,
Yeah.
sorry,
we're here for this address.
no, I have this number 6.
What notice does he have, sir?
No, he's got our notice, he's
Yeah,
confused, he
I
thinks
think
he's here for his
hearing 6.
case.
Oh,
This is a notice for this hearing, for this property.
No, sir.
Do you have any questions about this property?
No, sir. I don't know.
And that's just us mailing to you because you're in the neighborhood.
No, I
Yeah,
don't
this
have
has, sir,
it.
this has nothing,
Yeah.
Mr.
I
Singh?
don't have this property.
Yes,
Right.
this has nothing to do with your house.
I don't know why they.
I'll explain to you in a minute. He thinks it's for his house, I'll
I
explain to him in a
understand.
minute.
Thank you.
yeah, hold on, he'll explain it to you, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.
It definitely doesn't have solar panels on the roof, just for the record.
That's good. Okay.
Correspondence.
Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion,
Decision.
public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. You'll explain to him? Thank you, sir.
Hearing 7, Appeal 24-574, Kristen Paglino, at 8 Chase Lane, Bethpage.
Good evening.
Raise your right hand. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
I do.
Your name and address, please.
Justin Phillips of NYCD Group, 270 Spagnoli Road, Suite 210, Melville, New York, 11747.
Thank you.
Good evening, Board, Chairwoman. My name is Justin Phillips of NYCD Group, Inc., Expeditors and Drafters. Here tonight representing Ms. Kristen Paglino, owner of 8 Chase Lane, Bethpage. We are requesting variance approval from the town's zoning ordinance for permission to install an above-ground swimming pool in the secondary front yard with an 8-foot setback instead of the code-required 25.3 feet. Installation of associated pool equipment with a 25.1-foot setback instead of the code-required 25.3 feet, and installation of a 6-foot-high vinyl fence on the secondary front yard property line to complete the code-required pool barrier where code allows only a 4-foot-high fence. Additionally, the proposed fence will exceed the maximum permitted height of 2.5 feet within 30 feet of an intersection. We are requesting approval to encroach 5 feet into the required 30-foot intersection setback. The parcel is a pre-existing non-conforming corner lot in an R17 zoning district. The lot is non-conforming as the total lot area is 6,365 square feet, where code requires a minimum lot area of 7,000 square feet for this district. Due to the shallow depth of the lot, it is impossible to comply with the zoning ordinance requirements for the proposed swimming pool. We propose to install a 12-foot by 24-foot oval above-ground swimming pool. The secondary front yard setback cannot be achieved due to the diminished depth of the lot. The rear foundation of the house at its closest point to the rear property line is only 13 feet, making the relocation of the pool to a compliant area impossible. The associated filter equipment is proposed to be installed in the secondary front yard with a diminished setback of only 0.2 feet or 2.4 inches. This is the only practical location for the equipment, as it must be situated close to the pool skimmer basket. Regarding the variance for the request for the proposed fence, the request again relates back to the nature of the undersized lot and the need for the pool to be located in the secondary front yard. For this reason, a 6-foot PVC fence is proposed for compliance for the requirement to provide a code-required pool barrier, as well as for privacy of my client and her young daughter. We understand a 4-foot fence is permissible as code-required pool barrier. However, with this being a corner property, where the pool is proposed to be installed within the secondary front yard, abutting a street, and my client having a young daughter who will be utilizing this area, we are requesting a 6-foot fence for privacy and safety. The proposed fence will encroach 5 feet into the code-required 30-foot setback from the intersection formed by Chase Lane and Jenny Lane. However, the large radius of this intersection and the proposed fence not passing the front foundation line of the house, it is our opinion that the proposed fence will not impact line of sight for passing traffic. Additionally, we have provided the required 8-foot sight triangle at the southeastern corner of the property so as not to obstruct line of sight for the rear abutting property's driveway. If you're familiar with this area of Bethpage, the proposed fence is in keeping with the character of the neighborhood and the existing conditions.
So the neighbors next door on Ginny Lane, Gregory Perlin, his driveway isn't up against that fence, is it?
There is a driveway there, it's about 4 feet back, and then we have the 8-foot sight triangle there.
You're angling the fence?
Yes, at the rear.
See, it doesn't show that on the plan. Oh, yes, it does. On this one it does. I see it. Okay. All right, thank you. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Come on up, sir.
Hi. Would you raise your right hand? Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Your name and address, please.
Gregory Perlin, address is 20 Ginny Lane.
Thank you.
Hi. So, kind of the reason I wanted to come is because it is kind of for the proposed pool and fence for the area that it is. I don't know if any members of the board have been around to that area, saw the house, but the line of sight to that curve already is kind of bad, just because the amount of car traffic that we have parked on the street there. So really, any kind of fence or pool in that area is pretty much gonna completely, at least from my driveway perspective, since it is right up against,
Well, he is gonna angle the fence. It's
Um,
not gonna come to the end of your driveway.
okay,
It's gonna be-
I haven't seen the actual plan as if it was,
Can you show him? Because that is something we are concerned about. That's why I
yeah,
looked
'cause
at it.
I'm just thinking even as of right now, it's already, even with just cars there, it's kinda hard to see if you are pulling out there.
So the fence will be angled here 8 feet in.
Okay, gotcha. Cause it's more on this side, is kinda where it's, sorry, so it would
The radius,
chase
yeah.
lane, yeah, so here would kinda be the blind spot for the most part. Pretty much we always have traffic pretty much circled completely around there.
Sure, so I'll let you
Yeah.
finish the.
It might, on the curve, yeah, on the corner, it's gonna be difficult, I think, to see around.
Okay. We do have some pictures.
Can we see how is it handled?
Yeah, it's on your plan. It shows on your, so, thank you for coming down. I would like to speak to him again.
Gotcha.
Come on up, please. You are in a very tight spot with this pool. The fence is 8 feet from the pool.
This is, sorry, I turned your mic off, Lisa. This is with the two cars parked, so you can see if the fence is here, and I don't, can't stop cars
The
from
the
parking
fence
there.
isn't going to the corner.
No, it's gonna be angled in on that corner, right?
It's gonna be angled in here. So Ginny Lane, it's gonna be angled. It's on Chase Lane, this corner, this curve here,
That's
this
what that
fence is
is.
ending here.
Okay,
it's
so
not
it's not
going
gonna
around the
come, it's
curve.
not coming around the curve that you're showing.
Fence isn't coming around the,
No, certainly not. It's following the front foundation line straight out into Ginny Lane, so
Right.
that's before
so
the
it's
curve.
being angled at Mr. Perlin's property?
Correct.
8 feet in. Okay. Can you see it flow on your plan now?
Yeah, I see it, but
All right, anybody else wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision,
The public hearing is closed and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you, Board.
Thank you.
hearing 8, Appeal 84-517, Canaziatis, Canaris at 241 Duffy Avenue, Hicksville.
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, fellow members of the board and board council. My name is Vasilios Prousalis, attorney for the applicant of Markotsis and Lieberman, 115B Broadway, Hicksville, New York.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. I'm here on behalf of the applicant with respect to their application to amend the decision of the Zoning Board of Appeals dated October 31, 1985, in order to amend the declaration of restricted covenants to indicate a change in occupancy while still maintaining a parent-child relationship, as well as to extend the special use permit to maintain an existing second kitchen in a one-family dwelling for use as a parent-child residence. Since the time of the last application, which was in 2021, Ms. Calliope Canaris, one of the owners of the home, has passed, and that is the only change in the occupancy.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Hearing 9, Appeal 24-275, Kawana Nawabi at 6 Prospect Street, Hicksville.
promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
I do.
Name and address, please.
Andrew Kaplan, architect, Oyster Bay Drafting, 68 West Main Street, Oyster Bay.
Thank you.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
We have proposed in front of you variance located at 6 Prospect Street in Hicksville. We're seeking relief for the following variances: front yard setback, side yard setback, rear yard setback, lot coverage, floor area, the driveway setback, and the encroachment of eaves and gutters. Originally, this property was brought in front of the board around February 1st, 2024. At that time, it was denied. We did make revisions to this application, resubmitted, and we're back here to discuss some of the conditions of the property. This property is pre-existing non-conforming. The lot size is 4,778 square feet, where 7,000 square feet is required in R1-7 zone, deficient of 2,222 square feet. Additionally, the existing front yard, rear yard, and side yard setbacks are all non-conforming. We'll kind of walk through setbacks first. The front yard setback, the required as per average front yard setback, is 12.47 feet. The existing and the proposed is set at 8.2, while the front of the steps is set at 3 foot. We are keeping the existing street wall that was there to keep things aligned. Much with the other setbacks, it's a pretty small property, and by trying to conform, we end up kind of dwarfing this house as far as trying to expand it. While it isn't ideal having a 3-foot setback to the front of the stoop, it is required in such a way allowing us to have the minimum size stoop depth per code. The side yard setback, the minimum required is 8, while the aggregate is 20. We meet the aggregate. The existing setback of the property on the east side is 5 feet. It remains 5 feet. We are making no changes to that setback. In the rear yard setback, the required is 25, while we have a proposed of 23.76. It's currently existing at 24.44, and there's a difference of 8 inches. The difference is simply because the house is square, the property is not. The property does reduce about 2.4 feet running from east to west, so there is a slight diminishment there. As we are removing the detached garage from the property, we have much more backyard both for the homeowner and for the adjacent neighbor to the north. Concerning the lot coverage, being this kind of an undersized lot, we're a little skewed. The maximum allowed is 25%, or 1,194 square feet. We are proposing 29.68%, or 1,474.74 square feet, 4.68% over the maximum. In our previous application, we were at 1,701 square feet, or 35.61%. We have reduced the coverage of the property by 5.93%, which I believe is a rather significant reduction. If we would have had a normal size lot of 7,000 square feet, we would have been allowed 1,750 square feet, which would have negated the need for a lot coverage variance, but no, the land isn't there. Concerning the floor area, the maximum allowed is 2,144.74 square feet. We are proposing a total FAR of 2,732 square feet, an overage of 588 square feet. Under the previous application, the house was proposed at 3,983.91 square feet, so a reduction of 1,252 square feet. Most of that reduction is coming from redesigning the cellar in its entirety, setting it to a 6'11" height, making it uninhabitable. There's no cellar entrance down there, but we do have an egress well just for additional safety and security.
So those are the changes you made from the last?
Yes. Also, additionally, the detached garage that was proposed to be relocated is actually not being built at all. We're just removing it completely from the property, which kind of brings me to the driveway. Without the garage on the property, we need a driveway that could fit 2 off-street parking spots. We are proposing a setback of 4.32 feet, where the required is 8. We have been in front of this board multiple times over the last couple of years, asking relief for driveways being closer than 8 feet. We have usually been granted that. In this case, with 4.32 feet, we have more than enough space for someone to walk out of the car on the west side of the property, still stand on our property, and walk off the car versus walking into a neighbor's piece of property. If we were to have shifted it to keep the 8 foot, the proposed AC units that we are showing on the side of the house would be in line with the driveway, which would kind of interfere with that, making the driveway wider, more coverage, kind of like to avoid that. And I think eaves and gutters are kind of self-explanatory based on the existing conditions of the property. So I'll take any questions.
So you're not gonna relocate the garage?
Correct, it's being outright removed from the property.
So you didn't take that out of the, gross floor area?
I believe we have.
You got 2,732 square foot.
On the,
It shows the garage on the plan.
it's, on our drawings, it's dashed out to be removed and would actually be in keeping or on top of the rear stoop of the property.
Sorry, what were you,
I want to say that in regards to the driveway, it fits in with, the driveway fits in with the.
I agree with you on the driveway, I don't have a problem with it, but I don't know if maybe I'm confused. I appreciate that the garage has been taken out, but the dwelling is the exact same size, right? The original application was 30.6 by 44.7.
Yes.
And the new one is 30.6 by 44.7.
Yes,
The basement, right?
but the basement's been totally removed.
So that made the GFA go down.
So the GFA one. Can I see the elevations again, please?
Question with the roof pitch, right?
Yes.
Yeah? What's it showing?
6.5 on 12.
Oh, 6.5 on 12, all right.
So you meet the code?
Say half
Yes.
an inch, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
That's some good architecture.
When you're able to balance things out, it works out well.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms is it again?
I will tell you momentarily. There are 4 bedrooms on the second floor and 4 bathrooms and 1 half bathroom.
Does each bedroom have a bathroom upstairs?
All 2 do. The one that is in the front right, and then the primary suite. There's 1 hall bathroom that services 2 bedrooms on the second floor.
Okay.
There's a full bathroom next to the mudroom in the top left of the home, and then a full bath over in the eating area.
Okay. 4.5 beds.
4. I apologize, 5 bathrooms. I see the shower. 5 in total, no half. Although it's really small.
60 by 70 long. You're not gonna come back next year and ask for that garage, right?
No.
It's
All
a-
right.
it's a
We know
lot.
not to
I'm
play with
always-
fire.
It's a lot of
I'm always
bathrooms.
concerned about precedent, that's the thing.
It is a small lot.
But I do appreciate that you scaled it back, that's,
Yeah.
that's.
If we would have rearranged the house, we would be asking for an extremely significant reduction, say, of the rear yard, which I'm sure that would not be so great for the neighbor behind us. At least if it's facing the street, it's not really interfering with a light or a sky plane or anything of neighboring homes.
Okay, see if anyone's here from the neighborhood.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you very much. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hearing 10, Appeal 24-588, Niraj Bahala at 5 Cornell Lane, Hicksville.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round South Road, Old Beth Page. I'm representing Mr. Baller of 5 Cornell Lane in Hicksville. I'd like to pass up some photos for the board. Mr. Baller seeking a variance to maintain a metal roof exceeding the gross floor area. This roof does not require a height variance or a setback variance. Also, to amend decision number 23-391. I've taken many photos for the board of this. It's a metal-type roof over that you would see in Lowe's or Home Depot. It is seasonal. The homeowner wasn't aware this required a permit. It's in the backyard. It's heavily screened with evergreen-type shrubs, as the photos show. And he would condition, if this variance is granted, not to further enclose it. There's never been any complaints from the town on this property. This came up when the new survey was turned into the town. As the photos show, the house in excellent condition, has always been well maintained.
Got a big driveway now. Okay. Anybody have any questions?
How should a big driveway, because there's no garage?
I know. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Hearing 11, Appeal 24-580, George Miller at 30B Main Parkway, Plainview, New York.
Good evening, Madam Chairman and members of the board. For the appellant, Tom Abadi, I'm an attorney. Here you go, Susan.
Thank you.
At 88 Sunnyside Boulevard in Plainview, which is exactly a half a mile from the subject premises, which is situate roughly equidistant between Minetto Hill Road and Central Park Road in Plainview. If you were to look at a tax map of this neighborhood, it looks like your prototypical mid-20th century subdivision with regularly shaped lots on carefully planned streets. And then you get to the subject parcel. For some reason, amid all these conforming lots in this large neighborhood, there are two flag lots. It looks like, I say sprouted, because it looks like a tree was growing up there. They put two flag lots right in the middle. We have the one on the left side, which is the west side. Let me hand that up to you. I also have a series of 10 photographs on 3 pages, which show the subject and the neighborhood and our common driveways for your perusal. Thank you, Ms. Cloninger. In October of last year, my client George Miller, who's here with me tonight, purchased the property after the longtime owner, Joseph Lupo, passed away, and our plan is to raise the existing structure in site and erect a new 2-story, single-family dwelling with attached 2-car garage. The reason we need relief is pretty obvious. Flag lots, by their very definition, fail to meet the strictures of zoning codes. That's true everywhere. Moreover, our proposal seeks to change that which this board approved in 1967 when you lent your imprimatur to the creation. All right, this board, not as presently constituted, lent your imprimatur to create these lots back then. And then thirdly, when we revamped our code in, I think it was 2001, we added a provision that didn't exist in 67, and it's a really quirky provision, if I may say so, and that's this. That code provision says when it comes to flag lots, every yard, front yard, side yards, rear yard, have to meet or exceed the front yard setback for that zoning district. So that means here, we have to maintain 25 feet front, 25 feet side, 25 feet other side, and 25 feet in the rear. That's under section 246-4.3.5.1.1. You guys didn't even make it that stringent in 1967, or this board as it was constituted, because you like me to say that, you weren't on the board in 1967. You required 11 feet on the west side and 14 feet on the east side. We're proposing 10 feet on the west side, just 1 foot less, and 10.18 feet, so less than 3 feet less on the east side. Why do I bring that up? Because those numbers demonstrate that this appeal is far less substantial than our notice of rejection would lead us to believe, and clearly well in character with that which has existed there for nearly 60 years. Lastly, we need GFA relief, but Madam Chairman, members of the board, that is largely subterranean, so it does not affect the mass of the house. It's not as if we're creating a larger structure than we otherwise could. And along those lines, and is by tradition, when we're asking for relief, you will note that the plans do not reflect a cellar entrance for this property. That's my case.
No, that goes to Susan.
That goes to Sue also.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms?
It's 4 bedrooms, 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. Did I get that right, George?
Anybody else have any questions?
No?
Anybody wishing to be heard? I'm sorry.
No, I'm just gonna say, I'm very familiar with the area because I lived on the same block, so before we moved, so I know it very well. I'll be interested to hear if we have any correspondence or if we've got anybody in the audience. You know, I know one of the things that's happening in Plainview is that we have a lot of, you know, very large homes going in.
Yes, we do.
And, you know, not everyone is keen about it. I guess we're gonna hear from a neighbor right now, and we're gonna find out one way or the other.
Hi. Raise your right hand, sir. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
Your name and address, please.
Eric Roth, 28 Main Parkway, in Plainview. I'm right in front of the lot that
I'm
is
sorry, what was your name?
Eric Roth, R-O-T-H.
Okay.
Thank you.
I've lived here now for 28 years, and I've witnessed all of these small ranches being raised and all of these very large homes being put in. And I'm very concerned, especially on this plot of land, which is a narrow plot, of allowing a very large structure to be built. I'm not averse to enhancing the neighborhood and building a 2-story home, but I'd like you to take into consideration the fact that it should be within reason. We do not want to start looking like New York City.
We hear it. We hear it from the residents, and we hear it from the town board.
Okay?
Unfortunately for this board, though, this lot was created, I go back a long time in the town, but I wasn't around then. It was created a long time ago, and we're left with it. It's there, it's created, something has to go there. But I hear what you're saying, so.
We have a bunch of those flag lots in
Yes.
exactly this area. There's one coming in off of the Central Park Road also, and the houses that were built there are out of character. They're massive. I know. 'Cause
Yes.
I mean, I was on Main East, so I get it. It's a tough one, tough call.
Okay? Want to hear from my neighbors?
Yeah, I mean, I'll hear from anybody. It's just, if they want to come up and say they agree with what you said, we'll put their name on the record. I don't want to hear the same thing over and over again.
Okay.
But they
Thank you very
came here and they can definitely.
Yeah, they can definitely come
absolutely.
up and put their name on the record and say, we agree, or say something different. Come on up.
All right.
Everybody come up who wants to speak.
I'm just gonna swear you in, okay?
Sure.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I
Your name
do.
and address, please.
Jeff Newman, 32 Main Parkway, Plainview.
Thank you, sir.
The house is literally, when I look at my backyard, straight. I have no problem with progress, and I know that it does increase the value of everything, but as Mr. Roth said, I agree totally, it has to fit. I don't want something monstrosity that I have to look at. If it fits in the property and it's in the law, I'm fine. Thank you.
Thank you. Come on up, sir.
Hi. Raise your right hand, sir. Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes, I do.
And your name and address, please?
Youngjin Kwon, my address 38 Main Parkway, Plainview, 11803. Yeah.
Thank you.
So,
Could you just spell your last name, for the stenographer?
Kwon, K-W-O-N. Perfect. Yeah. Youngjin, Y-O-U-N-G-J-A. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm living right next to the house to be built, you know. But the entrance is kind of narrow. Also, the area. So when you turn the car, it's kind of narrow. So if he like expand house that much, it's gonna affect our property, like especially like driveway. It's really narrow. I think that's my opinion. Also agree to Eric what he said.
You live here?
Yeah, we're right next door. So.
Thank you,
You
sir.
see the front is
Yeah.
really narrow, like especially like area here. We like all the like shipping like trucks they turn around this area, but I don't think this.
Said 5 bedrooms.
Front, yeah.
3 bathrooms.
Thank you, sir.
Madam Chairman, if I might just say, not just to the board, but to our neighbors, we're not asking for anything that's going to make this the proverbial McMansion that's out of character with the neighborhood. The side yards that we're holding, we're only going 1 foot closer to our neighbor on the west And we're going less than 3 feet closer to our neighbor on the east. And our neighbor on the east, I gave you those pictures, that's where his driveway is. We're not going any closer to the roadway than the present house already is. And the side yards that we propose conform in all respects with the R17 zone in which this property is located. We have more than the 8 feet that the code requires, and we have the aggregate 20 feet. This will fit within the character of the neighborhood. Mr. Miller, who was built in this neighborhood before, has designed in that fashion. It is, Ms. Alessia, as you know, a neighborhood in transition, but as you also know, this is a neighborhood of very well-maintained homes. There isn't a clunker in the bunch. So I appreciate the neighbors coming out to be concerned, because neighborhoods don't get to be of that caliber without neighbors of this ilk. Mr. Miller, anything that I missed that you would like to add? No. All right, that's my case.
I appreciate it, Mr. Abadio. Just, for the neighbors' benefit who came here, part of what we're supposed to examine is the character of the neighborhood, and I think
Absolutely.
nobody is a better judge of that than the people that live there.
Correct.
And, it is, to a certain degree, a self-created hardship, because Mr. Miller, who you just sort of did tell us is a builder, bought this house with the intention of building it. It's not like it's somebody that owned it and now they are having 5 kids and need to add extra bedrooms.
Right. But the only difference here is, again, we're only going to be 1 foot closer to the west side and less than 3 feet closer to the east side. You can't even tell that from the naked eye. And we're not going any closer to our other neighbor who abuts us in the front. It will be a 2-story house. It will be of a par of our neighbor next door. And I gave you pictures of his house, which is a sizable but tasteful structure.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Hearing number 12, Appeal 25-59, Esther Demoya at 83 Diamond Drive, Plainview.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings.
Yes, I do.
Your name and address.
Name is Jake Kohler of Todd O'Connell Architects. Address is 1200 Veterans Memorial Highway, Hauppauge, New York, 11788.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen of the board. My name is Jake Kohler, and I'm here representing our clients at 83 Diamond Drive. They are looking to renovate their existing 1-story home, add a new 2nd story on top of the existing 1-story footprint, add a 1-story addition to the rear, as well as a deck on the back as well, and renovate the existing interior of the 1-story. Because of the scale of the renovations that are happening, it was determined that this is now declared a new house on partial existing, partial new foundation, and as such, needs to abide by all of the zoning restrictions of the R17 zone that it's located in. The existing house is located 5.9 feet from the side yard on the north side and 10.1 on the south side, which gives us a total aggregate side yard of 16, where the required is 20, and the minimum of 5.9 feet, where the minimum is 8. We're also in the front of the building is also located at 25.2 feet from the front property line, where the average of the neighborhood is 33.3 feet. So we're pursuing a relief for 8.1 feet on the front yard setback, 2.1 feet on the minimum, and 4 feet of the side yard aggregate. The reasoning for these renovations is that the mother of one of the owners is moving in with our client, and they need space to add the additional bedrooms, as well as renovate for the future, and expanding the family and all that. We believe that it maintains the character of the neighborhood. There's a house directly to the south of this subject property that had a very similar renovation go on. And it appears that their house is built on a similar sized property with similar setbacks to what we have on this property.
How many bedrooms and bathrooms will be in the house?
Total, there will be one on the first floor for the mother, the owner's mother, and there'll be 3 on the second floor.
Bathrooms?
Bathrooms, there'll be one full, one half on the first floor, and two full on the second floor. So three and a half total.
Can I see elevations? Anybody have any questions? Anybody on the board have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this? Come on up. Come on up, please. Sir, you can have a seat until they're done.
Hi. Just going to swear you in, okay? Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings? Your name and address, please?
Lorraine Bondi Goldsmith, and I'm at 81 Diamond Drive.
Could you speak into the microphone?
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay, fine.
Lorraine Bondi Goldsmith, BONDI-8 Goldsmith, and I'm at 81 Diamond Drive, right next door.
So you're next door?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm kind of, I guess right now I just need clarification because I got this and I don't know what's going on. I don't know, is it a whole new house that's being built?
Because
or
they're doing so much work, the town considers it a new house. So they are
Okay.
adding a second story.
Okay.
And you can see what it's going to look like.
So the footprint of the house is remaining the same. We're just renovating the interior here.
So the house that's there, where, because I know the couple, so the house that's there, you're building like a dormer, I guess?
No, it's a full second story. So this is the first floor. So this is the existing footprint here.
Okay.
Everything's being renovated interior here. This is new back here for the kitchen and the family room.
Are you-
And
so-
the deck is new as well. This is one story though.
Okay, so my question then is, where, is this, how far are you building? Am I right in that?
Yeah.
If I'm facing my house, how far are you building out towards where my driveway is?
We're not expanding any closer to property lines than it already is. So
Okay.
it's
So
just,
they're
it's
building
just,
outside the foundation.
this is straight up from where that house is now, on both sides.
Really high up?
Uh,
I mean, 'cause it comes with
They're
privacy.
they're not asking for a height variance.
Okay.
So it meets the town code.
Okay, I understand. I was just concerned because the notice said something about easements or something like eaves or something
Oh,
on my.
encroachment of eaves and gutters.
What is that? That was what
He
I
will
was
explain that
wondering.
to
What
you.
does that mean?
refers to these up here. So if the side is encroaching, then the.
Is that going to encroach into my property?
No.
Oh.
There's about 6 feet here. This is
Oh,
coming out
okay.
about a foot.
See, that was confusing.
Yeah.
You know.
That's why we send notices
Yeah,
out.
no,
I'm
that's
glad that
what,
you
that
came
was
in.
confusing.
You have about 6 feet here.
So, I'll have the same, okay,
It's just directly. The second floor follows the same footprint of the first floor.
right,
So
yes, I recognize, yeah, you even have the thing on the driveway. My other concern, so are you going to be tearing up anything in front of the house, like sidewalks or anything like that? And I know, because this is a silly concern, but I have a tree on that kind of borders on there, and I don't want
nothing
trees taken out.
on your side.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just going to be expanding this walkway
Yeah.
here to allow for the new front portico
Okay.
that's going in, but nothing.
Yeah, because I have a thing about these houses being built, and they just take out every single tree. That's like, it's like they have a thing against green. So that's, I know that sounds silly, but that's a big concern of
I
mine.
don't
So
think
like,
it's silly. I agree.
I have a tree, and I'm like, no one's taking my tree. So I just wanted, this is really a clarification, because were they gonna tear down and build one of those big houses, or and the easements was like, or the eaves,
Yeah.
that was.
So you're at
like-
81, you're here? So this is 85?
Yes.
It's similar to the size of 85, if that makes
The
sense.
one on the corner.
The
by
one all the way down to the dead end. Yeah.
Right, okay, so it's,
Similar, yeah. Not exact same shape and dimensions, but, yeah.
okay, as long as, I'm gonna have as long as I'm gonna have the room and it's not, an encroachment.
It's not any closer than it already is.
Okay, yeah, no, that's cool, I could deal with that. And my tree.
Trees will be in.
Sorry.
I like you. Like you.
I just have my trees. They're all gone on the block. They
Valid
just,
concern.
they just take them and it's like, okay, no, I know, I understand. No, because I know the couple that live there. I just, that's a good clarification. Okay,
Thank you for coming.
thank you. Have a good night.
You too.
Correspondence,
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
motion.
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you. Good night.
Thank you.
Hearing 13, Appeal 24-577, Robert Ginsburg at 7 Living Good Court, Woodbury.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I'd like to pass up some photos and consent letters for the board. Representing Mr. Ginsburg of 7 Living Good Court in Woodbury. Mr. Ginsburg seeking a variance for proposed open porch not having the required side yard setback of 20 feet, proposing 16.9 feet. The front porch would be following the existing house setback in the front. Due to the shape of the property, it gets tighter in the front and a variance is required. The neighbor most affected by this variance, the abutting neighbor at 5 Living Good Court, has signed a letter of no objection. If this variance is granted, the homeowner is conditioned not to further enclose this porch. As the photos show, the house is in excellent condition and has always been well maintained.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you.
Next is hearing 14, Appeal 24-594, Ira Platt at 22 Stratford Place, Syosset.
Promise to tell the truth during these proceedings?
Yes.
Name and address?
Good evening, Madam Chairwoman, members of the board. For the record, Doug Castellano from North Coast Civil, 39 West Main Street, Oyster Bay, New York. Here on behalf of the homeowners for 22 Stratford Place in Syosset, we're looking to maintain 2 separate structures in the rear yard of their property. I do have some photos as well as an aerial
Thank you.
for the board. So in that exhibit packet that's going to be handed out to you in a second, the aerial just shows, it's a recent aerial of the property, just shows some of the screening that exists in the more summer months. I know right now, you'll see some of the pictures, some of that is obviously dead, but it grows in and screens these structures in well. So the property itself is very well maintained as well. It's a beautiful home. The owners intend to maintain that aspect. So what we're asking to, the variances that we're asking for is one for the sports court, which has a side and rear yard setback of 13.8, where 20 feet is required, so that's a 6.2-foot variance. And then maintaining the existing shed, which has 2 features to it. It's the side yard setback of 18 feet, where 20 feet is required, so that's only a 2-foot setback variance. And then the height, which is 10 feet, 10 inches, where 10 feet is required, so a 10-inch variance on the height. Many of the properties in this area, and specifically those adjacent to it, actually have a lot of structures. It's a nice area, so it's not uncommon or out of character of the neighborhood to have a sports court, or accessory structures like a shed. In fact, this property directly to the north has a very large tennis court. That's also, I think, a little close to the property line, but we're not gonna get involved with that. So again, we don't think these existing improvements pose any detriment to the area. We think it's in character. Again, it's well screened. There's a stockade fence that goes around the rear yard. So if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
I have no questions. Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
You too.
Next is hearing number 15, Appeal 24-568, Ashvani Anand at 123 Syosset Circle, Syosset.
Hello again. For the record, Salvatore Koshia, permit to us, 338 Jericho Turnpike, Syosset, New York, 11791. I'm here on behalf of Mr. Anand, who resides at 123 Syosset Circle in Syosset. Property is an R17 zone. He's proposing to maintain a shed that is 10.5 feet high, where the required is 10 feet. Lot coverage at 29%, where 25 is required. We're also looking to amend specific plan 09-424, where the board approved this home that was built on a substandard lot for an R17 zone. So 27.12% was approved. We're asking for an additional 1.88% for the shed.
Okay. Couldn't make that any shorter?
Anybody have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed and the decision of the board will be forwarded to your borough office.
Thank you. Have a great night, everybody.
You too. Thank you.
Appeals, no, hearing number 16, Appeal 24-575, Scott Wong at 12 Harriet Drive, Syosset.
Still under oath, sir.
Fantastic. Good evening, board. I apologize, this one will be a bit longer.
You need one more time, though, for her.
I apologize, this one's going to be a bit longer. My name is Justin Phillips of NYCD Group, Inc., Expeditors and Drafters, here tonight representing Mr. Scott Wong, owner of 12 Harriet Drive, Syosset. Mr. Wong is requesting variance approval from the town zoning ordinance for permission to maintain an existing gazebo with a 6.1-foot rear yard setback where code requires 10 feet, maintain existing lot coverage of 22.6% where code limits to 20%, to maintain an existing in-ground swimming pool with a setback of 3.1 feet where code requires 10 feet, and associated pool equipment with a 6.4-foot setback where code requires 10 feet. Mr. Wong purchased the property in December of 2022 with all structures existing. During the process of purchasing the property, Mr. Wong was informed that the existing in-ground swimming pool was permitted under permit number M05745 in 2010. However, the permit was not signed off, and it would be Mr. Wong's responsibility to close it out. Mr. Wong retained our office for the sign-off of the open swimming pool permit, and it was at that time that he was informed of the non-conforming conditions at his property, which brings us here this evening. The first variance request is to maintain a 22-square-foot vinyl shed in the side yard having less side yard setback and aggregate side yards than permitted by ordinance. Mr. Wong has decided to withdraw this variance request as he is willing to either relocate it to a code-compliant location or just remove it from the property entirely. The second variant request pertains to the existing gazebo. There is ample space to relocate the gazebo to a code-compliant location. However, due to the construction and the weight of the gazebo, it would be extremely difficult to do so without severely damaging it. We are requesting approval from the board to maintain the gazebo in its current location. Mr. Wong happily would agree to a stipulation that should the gazebo ever need major repair or replacement, it would be relocated to a code-compliant manner at that time. The third variance request is to allow the existing deck and gazebo exceeding maximum building coverage than permitted by ordinance. The maximum coverage is 20%. We are requesting 22.6%, a 2.6% increase. We feel this is a minimal increase in lot coverage and are requesting the board's approval to maintain as is. The last variance pertains to the existing in-ground swimming pool. The pool is a custom concrete free-form design that was installed 13 feet from the rear property a custom concrete free-form design that was to be installed 13 feet from the rear property line and 10 feet from the side property line per the approved drawings. The pool as installed is 13.7 feet from the rear property line, but only 3.1 feet from the side property line. I can only attribute this deviation from the approved plan to the contractor's incompetence, as there is adequate space in the rear yard for the pool to have been installed as per the approved drawings. In addition, the contractor deviated from the approved drawings regarding the placement of the pool equipment, creating a deficient setback of 6.4 feet. The custom pool was one of the deciding factors in Mr. Wong purchasing this property, and the misrepresentation of the legality of the pool to him by the sellers causes an undue burden to Mr. Wong, as it is impossible to relocate the existing pool. It would have to be demolished and rebuilt at an extreme cost, considering the pool is in excellent working condition as of today. We are requesting approval from the board to maintain the pool in its current location for the life of the pool. Should the pool ever need major repair or replacement, at that time, a new building permit would be filed, and the pool and associated filter equipment would be placed in a code-compliant location. Lastly, Mr. Wong has secured letters in support from all 5 of the adjoining property neighbors, urging the board to grant approval of his variance requests. I have this for the board.
Thank you.
Thank you for your time, and I'll happily answer any questions.
Does anybody have any questions?
I'm just gonna say, it's the second meeting in a row, we've had a pool contractor that didn't do, people need to vet their pool contractors, boy, oh boy.
I honestly see no reason why he put it where it is. There's ample space for it to go. We should not be here
They
tonight.
do it all the time. They just put it where they think. it should
It's
go.
unfortunate, and with the open permit, he was under the understanding that it was just a simple inspection and close it out, and here we are.
Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you, board. Have a great evening.
You too, thank you.
Hearing number 17, Appeal 25-60, EA Builders Associates LLC, 24 Carbonara Avenue, Syosset.
Again, for the record, Robert Schumacher, 1109 Round Swamp Road, Old Bethpage. I'm representing EA Builders Associate of 24 Calvin Avenue in Syosset. I'd like to pass up some photos and consent letters for the board. This is a variance to construct a new dwelling having less side yard setback, aggregate setback, exceeding the building coverage and gross floor area. Also for proposed driveway having less side yard setback than required. This property is in the R110 zoning district. Directly across the street is the R17 district. Presently, there's an existing non-conforming house on the property with an existing 5-foot side yard setback on the west side. The new home would increase this and would be an 8-foot side yard setback. On the existing house on the east side, there's a 10-foot side yard setback. The new home would be providing a 12-foot side yard setback, increasing the side yard setbacks. Also, the driveway would be providing an 8-foot side yard setback where the existing driveway is right to the property line. The lot coverage will be 20.59%, where 20% is the maximum. This is a non-conforming lot. It's only 50 feet wide. The house directly next door to the east is also a 50-foot lot. This neighbor signed a letter of consent at 22 Calvin Avenue. They also sent a text to the building expressing they're happy to have a new house and new neighbors. The house has been sold, they're in contract, and the people have relatives in the area, and they'd like to stay close to them and also enjoy the school district. Also, the homeowner obtained a consent letter from the other abutting neighbor at 26 Calvin Avenue. Any type of improvement on this property would require a variance. The builders are providing for greater setbacks than what already exists. This proposed house would greatly enhance the property, as the house that is there now is desperately in need of repair.
I agree. Thank you, Mr. Schumacher. Anybody have any questions? No. Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you, have a great evening.
Thank you,
You
you
too.
too.
Hearing 18, Appeal 24-578, Carlos Fontanes at 45 High Street, Locust Valley.
Thank you.
Good evening.
Hello.
Good evening, Honorable Board. My name is Jack Angelo. I'm an attorney for Mr. Fontanes. This is regarding eaves and overhangs on the roof. There have been prior prior variances granted by the board in 1972, 1982, and 1983. There was one denial, but then it was subsequently approved again afterwards. The overhangs that have been built now have not gone out of conformance of the prior footprint of the previously approved variances. So essentially, it's a reapplication for the same, respectfully, it's a reapplication for the same variance. Nothing has changed. It's only about 4% in nonconformance. Are there any questions by the Honorable Board?
No, I was by there today. The house is in nice condition. I You know, it does have a history,
Yes, ma'am. But
yeah, fine.
we
Anybody
hope to have a good history now.
No, we have a terrible history, so it's
No,
better now.
I just said we hope to have a good history
Yes.
now.
Yeah.
That's what I said, Honorable Chairwoman.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. May I hand up my paperwork?
Sure,
The
sure.
affidavits? Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else have any questions or comments? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
The public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office. Thank you.
Thank you and have a good evening, everyone.
You too. Thank you.
Thank you. Holdover 1, Appeal 24-548, Zeev Zahabi at 12 Schoolhouse Lane, Syosset.
Good evening, Chairperson Byrne, members of the board. Always good to see you. Appearing for the applicant, Howard Avertine, 2116 Merrick Avenue, Merrick. This is the application of Zeev Zahavi for a variance required in order to construct a new single-family dwelling. Premises under application is located on the northerly side of Schoolhouse Lane, 222.05 feet west of Berry Hill Road in Syosset. It has a street address of 12 Schoolhouse Lane. It is also known as Section 25, Block 22, Lot 10 on the Nassau County Land and Tax Map. The property has dimensions of approximately 75 feet in width by 175 feet in depth and a total lot area of 13,369 square feet. It is developed with a Cape Cod-style home and detached garage constructed approximately 75 years ago. The property is located in the R1-7 zoning district. By this application, the applicant seeks to construct a new single-family dwelling with internal two-car garage in accordance with the plans before the board. The variance required is for floor area ratio. The proposal exceeds the maximum permitted, which is 4,054.28 square feet. Proposed is 5,436.20 square feet. As the board is well aware, by local law number 1 of 2023, basement areas exceeding 7 feet in height are counted as part of the GFA. If the basement was not included in the GFA calculation, no variance would be required. The house would be in full compliance. The basement height is required for a golf simulator, which the applicant has for his family and children and grandchildren, and as well as exercise equipment such as a Stairmaster and those types of things. The basement is designated and will be maintained without any cooking facilities and will not have any living space and will be used for recreational and mechanical only. And that is essentially the application. If you look at the radius map, you'll see it's a mixed area in terms of the size of the lots. This lot is oversized. It's in the R17. It's got almost twice as much lot area, and it's well under on lot coverage. 17% is the lot coverage, with 25 being the maximum. So it's certainly not inappropriate in terms of the scale for the area. There are some older homes on that block, but as time passes, as the board obviously notes, new buyers come in and they want newer homes, and there are some. There's a mixture on the block, but it'll fit in at just fine in terms of the design.
Okay. How many bedrooms, bathrooms?
Yes, there's one bedroom downstairs with a full bath that's intended for really some of the older relatives that come to stay for a period of time. Upstairs, there are 4 bedrooms. One is the primary with its own bath. 2 have their own baths, and then there's an additional bath which is outside in the common area upstairs. So there's a total of 5 bedrooms, 5.5 baths.
Okay. Anybody else have any questions? Anybody wishing to be heard on this application? Correspondence?
Nassau County Planning Commission recommends local determination.
Motion?
Decision.
Public hearing is closed, and the decision of the board will be forwarded to you by our office.
Thank you so much. Have a good
Thank you.
evening.
You too, thank you. That's it.
Concludes. they're just extensions of time, we'll do that during the vote. They're not pushing.
Oh, yeah. She was thinking about coming because she feels fine, but the doctor said, you know, you really have to give it 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Yeah,
she
just
should.
as long as there's enough of us sitting here, what do you need to, you know, she doesn't need to push it.
Yeah, she should.
Wait,
No.
Kathy.
Yeah, yeah. What? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Holly, thank you for the Irish soda bread.
Oh.
I'm gonna have some. Anybody want some?
I'll
No,
have a
thank
little
you.
piece. I was wondering where that came from. Thank you.
You're getting around pretty good there, Hopalong. I think you're moving better now than you were before the surgery.
Yeah, I am. Definitely.
Holly, this is delicious, by the way.
Yeah, it's really good.
Hearing number one, appeal number 24-561. The neighbors,
That's-
I know, but the neighbors are,
Yeah.
they're okay with it, so.
Yeah, I'll move it.
Lois and Flo, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number two, appeal number 24-569.
I'll move it.
Lois will move it, I'll second it, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number three, appeal number 24-572. This fence was okay. I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Rebecca will second it, all in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number five, appeal number 6-516.
I'll move this one. She's got a house full, that lady.
Yes, she.
Yeah, she
I thought
does.
it was just her and her granddaughter. I'll second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number six, appeal number 24-567. This is funny. Oh, this is that detached garage. What are we thinking, boys and girls? You did have a CO for that garage.
So nobody's complaining.
Oh, that one. That's a different one. No.
You know, this isn't the one you're thinking of.
So this is the one that had the prior application, but he discovered after the fact that it had a permit in the CO.
But it's still the one next to the funeral home, right?
Yes, it still has the work trucks and stuff parked there.
It's a mess over there. And it's an R17 zone, and he's running a business there. I'm not voting for this. I'm voting no.
I'll second your motion.
All in favor of denial?
Yeah.
Yes. So Rick, really, you went to the location, right?
This is next to a funeral home, all right. It's next to a funeral
It is
home.
like a business.
But it's an R17 zone,
Yeah,
and
it's not-
he's
it's not
running
zone commercial.
multiple businesses from there. The place is, it's all paved, he's renting to who knows who.
Well, let me say something. I know, like, oh, it's meant to a funeral home, but like, should be a place that's sacrosanct.
Right.
You know,
It's
nobody wants to
beautiful
go
funeral
there
home.
and see, in a hard time, things looking poorly and out of condition.
Yeah,
Good point.
I don't like this application, I didn't like it the first time I saw it, so I'm definitely voting to deny it. And Rebecca, you were seconding?
Yes, ma'am.
All in favor?
All in favor of denial?
I said a
Okay,
denial.
ayes have it. Hearing number seven, appeal number 24-574.
Just the corner, that's the corner, I had a question of the line of sight of the fence. I still don't, I'm not convinced that the fence is not gonna be an obstruction coming to that corner.
But if the fence isn't coming to the corner.
I know, but it's all, I'm not impressed.
Okay. One,
And I
two,
just
three,
can't get a
four,
good read
five.
on it by the,
You can vote no, you don't have to vote with the board.
I'm gonna vote no.
Anybody else want to vote no on this? Lisa?
I'm afraid of the fence too, to be quite honest. I don't know how far out it's gonna come, but with the cars parked on either side, only one car can fit. And if you're going a little too fast, not that you should be, you're not gonna be able to see.
Want
Right.
to reserve and see if he'll do two?
I was gonna say,
But he would have to put the whole fence, not just the catty corner, he would have to move the whole
move
side
it in
fence.
towards his property a little bit.
Right.
Yeah, I
How
think
many
the
feet
issue
do you
would be
want
if
back?
it
I'll
gets
tell them to move it back away from
close to
the
the pool.
from the street.
I think that's a good idea.
How,
Yeah.
2 feet? Would 2 feet be good?
Yeah.
3?
2 feet, and it's still an 8-foot angle.
Oh, yeah, he's got to angle it because there's
Does
a
that
driveway there.
change his other variance?
Gets closer to the pool.
Yeah.
Which he's already asking for a variance for that, isn't he? No.
How close can it be to the pool fence?
5
Do you
feet.
know?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
5 feet.
5?
I mean, I think Rebecca said it once too, that the property is small.
But
How
a
much
fence has to
stuff
be
do you wanna
5.
How much can you really stuff on one small lot?
It's a corner
It's an
lot.
awkward lot. I
Yeah.
get it, and I feel for them. They want a pool, they should be able to do a pool, but you can't put others at risk. You know, it just,
I
We'll
mean,
put it on
personally, I'd
reserve.
rather-
Sure.
If you had to give him a variance for the fence because it's too close to the pool, rather than the fence being closer to the street to obstruct.
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So Susan, talk to him about moving the fence, possibly another variance, because it'll be maybe too close to the pool.
Move fence back from street line, right?
Yeah, the board feels, and I can see where you're coming from with that.
If something is put on reserve, are we able to ask them to provide more evidence, or once we've heard it and it's closed, it's closed?
Yeah, you can, yeah, they just can't appear in front of you, but all written submission.
If they feel that it's not a risk and they want to submit photos showing us why it's not a risk, we will look at them. But we had board members that went out, and one board member who is usually not very vocal about things like that, unless she feels strongly. No, opposite. If you feel strongly enough to say something, I'm inclined to vote with Lisa.
Right.
So I want to.
Me too.
Me too.
Unless they can prove to us that it's not going to be an issue, they have to change it.
So I'm gonna tell me the prove or move.
Prove or move.
Prove or move, that's good.
Simple.
Got it. I'll
What's it have to be, 5 feet away from the fence?
The pool, yeah. Appeal, hearing number 8, appeal number 84-517. This was a no-brainer here. I'll move it.
I'll second.
Lois will second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it so moved. Hearing number 9, appeal number 24-275.
The only thing I'll tell you about this, when I rolled up, right, and there was this kid coming out. And, whatever, I said a couple of words, and he went and got the owner, because I couldn't see the ad, but this sick here, what do you want? The kid was a white kid, and the guy that owns it's like an Indian guy. So, to me, the way that there was 2 doors, I mean, maybe it has nothing to do with it, but I think he's renting it.
The existing house.
Correct, and it's small, so he's gonna put this
So he
4-bedroom,
owns
5-bed.
the one lot, and he lives in that one, Mr. Nawabi, I don't know.
Adjoining.
He owns the house next door, Mr. Nawabi, and he's got this small lot that he wants to subdivide it for another little house.
Yeah.
No, the house is there.
No, it's proposed. He wants to put another house next to that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah, that's,
No, I
yeah.
swear.
And Rita, I mean.
In a 60 by 70 lot, he's trying to build this house, 30 by 44.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
And he made changes, but the change was to get rid of the basement.
That's
The
it.
problem with the house, the first place was that it was a 60 by 70 lot with the ginormous house on it.
It's a huge.
He even described it as a huge house during the last hearing.
Not just the basement, Don, he also got rid of the garage, so now there's nowhere to park.
All of this.
Well,
This
he's
is
not
what
moving
the
the
house
garage.
that you saw is. He wants to
So
put a
it's-
line down and build another house right there on this little 60 by 70. He owns it all.
So, me going there, right,
You,
I said to myself, well, I don't know, I'm not even looking at this piece. I'm just looking here, because this is what we have marked off.
right,
So, I'm saying that that's why I'm surprised. So you're saying that the house is on here, the house I saw the kid coming out of?
yeah,
No, that's,
yeah. He owns them both. His
Wow.
claim last time, when you weren't on the board, that when he came in last time, is that he was building it for his kid. But they
And
don't
they even
they don't
described
make
it
that,
as
but
huge
you guys
last
denied
time.
it.
The only change
Made
is the
that claim
basement.
the last
How
time.
does that
Yeah.
change the application
Right,
in terms
that's
of
what-
the problems with?
Yeah, I would deny it.
Okey dokey. I'm on board.
you caught me off guard, I thought I'm surprised.
Yeah, it's proposed,
Yeah.
Flo.
No.
It's proposed on that small lot.
Wow.
It's part of his own property.
Whose motion is it?
I'll move to deny it.
I'll second.
Lois will second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it so moved. Cracking down tonight. Hearing number 10, appeal number 24-588. Metal roof.
Yeah, that's the goal that I put up.
Yeah.
Flo and Lisa, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ayes have it so moved. Hearing number 11, appeal number 24-580.
So, Tom Abadi relayed to me that he, showed the neighbors the plans, and they're all happy. We're nice people and cool with it.
You know, the prior boards did us no favors by leaving us all these flag lots all over the place.
Right.
And they were certain, and I'm not gonna say what's in here. I'm gonna let that go. But we are stuck with them. And I have no problem approving this. We didn't create these lots, they're there. They had homes on them. What are we gonna do? You know, if they come in and they wanna overbuild in there, that's one thing, but he's not overbuilding here. So I move to approve this.
Yeah, okay.
Anybody want to second it?
I'll second.
Lois will second. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 12, appeal number 25-59. Well, this was on Diamond Drive. This, we're gonna see a lot of these in this neighborhood. Everybody okay with this?
The elevations looked okay.
Yeah, I think it's a nice home, and like I said, these small little ranches in Plainview, they can't, I lived in one of them. I wish I had it now, because I'm alone, but they're tiny.
Yeah.
They're tiny. You walk in, you're in the dining room. The kitchen is not, it's not an eat-in kitchen. So,
Not the way of the world anymore.
no,
No,
nobody
it's not.
wants the furniture doesn't fit in these houses.
That's why we have so many cases pending, because everybody wants bigger, better.
Yeah, if
It's
you're
so
raising
different.
children,
Codes are still from the 50s and the 60s.
Yeah, I mean,
A lot of our codes are
children
so
do
old.
not share bedrooms. I
The
told you
hoe.
what
They
my,
don't do that.
my daughter said about one of her friends during the holiday season, and we, like donating, like to help a family. She suggested her friend, because her friend shares a bedroom with her sister.
Oh my
Her friend is
God.
far, both parents are teachers. They do-
Horrors.
Thinks they're poor.
She thinks they're poor.
Right. Because they have to share that, no, it's true.
I had to
It's
move
different
because
now.
I was having my third child, and it was a girl, so I had 2 boys in 2 rooms, and I had to
Yeah,
move.
once you have both of them in
Mhm.
different rooms, you can't move one into.
All right, so I move to
But it
approve.
is a change of the times.
You want
Everybody
second
wants
it?
big.
Who wants to second it? Lisa? All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 13, appeal number 24-577. We're gonna put a condition on this, that the front porch not to be further enclosed. I'll move it. Flo will second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed, ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 14, appeal number 24
You know what? On 14, I forgot to ask. How come, yes, how come the previous one was denied? What did he do to change it? Did he? The previous variance was both denied.
Where does it say that?
It was granted and corrected.
So it was granted, and then they had to do an amendment to it, there was probably a typo, I could get it out for you.
Yeah, that's,
I'll have the prior.
I didn't know it, because it was.
Do not comply with prior ZBA decision 20-202.
20-202.
Oh, wait, okay, right underneath, 20, granted and corrected. All right, I stand corrected.
I have a copy of it granted.
All right, I'll move it.
I'll second it.
Rebecca will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 15, appeal number 24-568. This was a shed. Any problem with it? Anybody see a problem with this?
I'll move.
Oh, because it's, yeah. So Flo, who wants to second it?
I'll second.
Lois will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 16, A is withdrawn. They're gonna remove or relocate it to comply. He's got consents of all 5 neighbors.
The gazebo can't be moved, and the swimming pool definitely can't be moved.
Well, Flo, I'll second it. Aye. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 17, appeal number 25-60.
I'm fine with that, I'll move that.
Lois will move it.
I'll second it.
Rebecca will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 18, appeal number 24-578. Well, I went and looked at it, so I'll move it. Anybody want to second it?
I'll second.
Flo will second. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Holdover number 1, appeal number 24-548. Yeah. What are we thinking, guys?
Well, if you see the house that's there now, it's pretty bumpy looking.
Oh, I did see, yeah, the pictures. Yeah, and they're moving the driveway, so I'll move it.
And so it's a place where people do big,
Yeah.
build bigger homes, yeah.
You wanna second it?
Yeah, I'll second it, it's okay.
Rebecca will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Extensions of time. We have 2 of them.
With the economy the way it is. we
Bowler
have to.
Realty, yes. I'll move the extensions of time. Who wants to second them?
I will.
Rebecca on both of them.
That brings us to reserve decision. The first one is Appeal 24-470, Rachel McMacary, 28 Hillside Avenue, Glenwood Landing. Rita went out to do a second inspection.
So I looked at it, I was there today, I was standing on her deck. The neighbor had a problem with his privacy. This neighborhood is very, very hilly. Every house is at a different level. She built this deck because her backyard goes up, so she has a patio in the backyard, and then she built this deck to kind of butt up with the patio. Well, she didn't build the deck. The deck was there when she bought the house. The neighbor said she built it while he was away on vacation. That is an out-and-out lie. That did not happen. I think that there is some tension between them that may have nothing to do with any of this. So, we discussed putting, I don't know how you're gonna put this as a condition, but she's going to add a foot and a half, it's about a foot and a half of, no, I don't know what you would call it,
Privacy wall?
privacy wall to the top railing of her deck.
Well, like a lattice type?
Yeah, kind of like a lattice thing. Yeah, she can buy it in Home Depot. She already went and looked at it. She said her father can install it. And so that would make it a six, it's not gonna create any other variance.
Okay.
So I move to grant it with that condition.
Okay.
Anybody want to second it?
I'll second, okay.
Flo will second it. All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hold over, oh, go ahead, Susan, this is yours. This is your show.
Second one is, Appeal 24-168, Adan Siddiqui,
Mhm.
and it's 500 Carmel Road, Farmingdale. Lisa's going to inspect, it's the fence.
Yeah, there's no site issue at the corner.
Good. Thank you, Lisa.
So you want to move it, Lisa?
Well, you want to add to this?
I'll second Lisa's motion.
Okay, so Lisa and,
All in favor, aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Next.
the last one is, excuse me, not that one. Next one is 24-476, Chardeep Nanda, 131 King Street, Hicksville. This was the one where they were parking in the front, front of the front door.
Oh, right, I
What
remember
Mike
that.
Colombo did was, he put it up so that, it's kind of already there. He put up a planter that went all the way up so that they cannot get over in front of the front door.
Okay.
He divided the walkway and the driveway with a huge, concrete
Oh, okay.
planter so that it's separated, so
Yeah,
the walkway is still there in front of the front door, but you will not be able to get over there to
right,
park.
so it's just a walkway,
If
that's,
that's okay.
Okay.
So Rita, what do you want to do, Syosset in Hicksville?
Well, I was discussing with the new member coming, he's from Massapequa. I'm sure Lois could use a little help down there.
no, okay,
Yeah, well, where are we gonna put him?
wherever you want to put them.
We have to cover Woodbury, Syosset, and Jericho. You can either take that or not, continue what you're doing, and I'll give that to the new guy.
Whatever you want me to do, I don't care. All I'm doing now is-
Pick what you like.
You have seniority now.
Right, you have seniority.
You've just moved up the ladder.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, Hicksville can definitely get the attention of two people, because there's a lot in Hicksville usually, but,
so I'll
We-
take,
we
what
have
else
to-
you want me to take on Syosset?
and Woodbury. If you would take Syosset and Woodbury,
Yep.
you know, I can do Jericho.
Well, what's the new guy doing?
Hicksville.
Hey, what's the new guy gonna do? He can do Jericho.
Names.
We're okay with it?
This is the one where he put up the planter.
Okay, so I'll move it.
I'll second
okay.
it.
Rebecca will second it. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Ayes have it, so moved. Hearing number 18, appeal number 24-527. I know that Jim Whalen went out there.
Court in Oyster Bay, and he said that the grade was not changed by the pool. I know that, I guess the neighbor came in and made that.
Yeah.
He did go to the property, he went and he did a whole report and said that there was no grade change.
Okay.
Whatever you want to do from there, but that's his report. Lois was out for this.
Oh, you're lucky, Lois.
What do we want to do
That's a
about
good
this?
one.
have Rita, we have Rebecca, we have Lisa, and we have Flo.
Flo, you remember this one?
It's the one where the contractor snuck in and built the pool while they were out to dinner.
Oh, yeah.
Oyster Bay.
Did I say that? Sorry.
How can we do it? But we didn't make it so then.
We've done it before.
They're out now telling us a story how, they didn't know.
This is a tough one, boys and girls.
The balancing test is what, the hardship to the, assuming everything they said is true, right? They came in here, they were under oath, they said that this is a mistake that happened without their permission, and it was an error. So assuming all of that is true, would the hardship of them having to fill this pool in or try to move it outweigh the benefit to the neighbor? Because they could still build it, they would just have to build it a few feet over, and honestly, that's not gonna make that neighbor happy. 4 feet of movement makes no difference to the neighbor. The neighbor is unhappy regardless. That's my 2 cents.
The contractor's fault, we made a mistake.
Yeah, but the contract is not gonna pay for it, they are.
I mean,
And
of
that's
course-
if that's the truth, that the contractor made a mistake.
So would you pay the contractor if he made a mistake? If it was your house?
Nope. But I bet he's paid already.
That's so dumb. I used to work for Consumer Affairs, and that was, swimming pool people were problems.
They are.
Number one.
They are problems.
And number two, they can take a lien out. Meanwhile, until you get it settled, they can take a lien out on your house, and people get scared. So they do pay them.
But this is my point. Even if they were building the pool as of right, the neighbor would still be unhappy. This is not, the
Yeah.
4 feet of difference is not gonna make the neighbor happy. They were very upset about the whole thing. I understand it's a little too close to them, but I don't think the 4 feet solves it.
The
Right?
engineer said that there was absolutely no water problem.
So you feel it's not the size of the pool, it's the 4 feet is the issue?
That, I mean,
I think the pool is, they don't want a pool there.
Right.
They don't want a pool there. The neighbor, and
Yeah, 'cause
again,
it's a cul-de-sac, so the
sometimes-
houses are a little cockeyed to each other, so she looks out her window and sees the backyard, right? Because there's a little bit of a curve there, so when she looks out the side, because of the curve, she's not looking at the straight side of the house. She's looking a little bit.
and sometimes neighbors just don't like one another, and they'll get this notice in the mail, and they'll go, gotcha.
Yeah.
And that's what that irritates me.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what happened here, but
Should we ask them to put a screen in?
there's tons of screening there. If I remember, the pictures, the screening is there.
Let's put it in.
They claimed that there was water problem, right? But again, the engineer went.
They complained about every aspect of this application.
Well, they did show pictures of the water running off, and you saw there's the dirt next door. So I don't know what the remedy for that is, I guess the building.
Grass.
The engineer, our engineer
The
went.
engineer said no.
Our engineer went and did a whole report. He was there. Went to the property a few times.
So where did that runoff come from?
Maybe their own problem, who the heck knows, but it's
He
not.
said that the grade was not changed by the pool. There was no grade change.
You know, we've taken the time, we spent taxpayer dollars to send an engineer out there to look. He said it's a non-issue. What do you think?
I'm gonna go vote for it.
Okay.
Do you want to condition it with screening just to be safe?
Yes.
So that,
You say we did something?
With evergreen screening of their choice.
so they can't not do it.
Susan, 6 feet from the ground up, not from the root ball.
Yep.
I'll
And
move
if it's
it.
already there, they just have to show me that it's there. If it
They
happens
could- If
to
they
already
show
be
you it's there, great,
Right,
otherwise
and
they
if
have to
it's
put
not,
it
they
in.
have to put it in.
Because deciduous trees don't do the job.
Understood.
So
Tough one.
I'm gonna move it. Anybody want to second it?
I'll second it.
I knew you were gonna do that, Flo. You're my hero, thank you.
And
He wants to get us out of here.
Somebody do it.
all in favor? Okay, good. And just 2 names for the parent-child extension calendar, please.
Lisa and I.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Another
Yep.
successful journey.
Susan, I'm gonna be out.